Is there a second stimulus check coming? There is a high possibility, a very high likelihood that yes, a new stimulus package gets passed on Friday. As of right now, shooting this, it is Wednesday, May 13th, and as of right now, it's just a bill, hasn't been passed, but a lot of people expect this to pass by the House on Friday. So what does that mean for you? Well, let me tell you what this means. This new stimulus package, which is called the HEROES Act 2020, this could include the second stimulus check. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, second stimulus check. I saw your last video, or I've seen a bunch of videos on this. How much could I potentially get? Well, let me break it down for you. So, just like last time, the stimulus check that most people received, I know there's still people out there that are waiting for their first check, but the first check is the same thing. It's going to be $1,200, right? So, this additional, stimulus package, the HEROES Act 2020, again, it's not called, the CARES Act Part 2. This is HEROES Act 2020. It's going to be it's called a different thing, but this is going to give you $1,200 per person. Now, let me explain that a little bit more because I know a lot of people it was a little unclear. But here's what happens. So I'll use my family as an example. It's my wife and I and 3 kids. So my wife and I, we file our taxes jointly. So because of that, we would get $2,400. $1,200 for my wife, $1,200 for myself, $2,400. We also have 3 kids. In the last stimulus package, okay, the CARES Act, what happened was every dependent under 17 would receive $500. Here's the difference. Any dependent will receive $1,200. It's the exact same amount as the adults, as the person filing the taxes. So because of that, for myself, my family, my wife and I, and our 3 kids, okay, $1,200 apiece, doesn't matter their age, we would all receive $1,200 each, which would come out to $6,000 in stimulus money. That's if the House passes this bill, which is expected to pass on Friday, okay, 2 days from today. So because of that, just what I want you to understand is, are we hoping this bill passes? Yes, we are. I think it's going to help a lot of people. But there are additional things that are in this bill. And I'm not going to read the entire bill. I have it right here. It's so many pages. I didn't read even half of it, not even close. Okay, I just kind of skimmed through it, picked out parts, and then, I let other people do all their research as well and kind of looked in to see exactly what they were saying. But here's what I found. So people that were, and this was the big dilemma was, if I'm a citizen of the United States, but I'm married to or I'm filing with somebody that has an ITIN, what happened last time was, if there was somebody with an ITIN number on that tax return, anybody on that tax return did not receive any of the stimulus money. No $1,200 and no $500 per dependent. You didn't get anything. But here's the cool part about the HEROES Act 2020 is, if you are a citizen and somebody on that tax return has an ITIN number, here's the difference, is the person with the ITIN number still does not receive any stimulus money. However, the other people that are on that tax return, so let's say it's a family of 4, a husband, a spouse, which has an ITIN number, and 2 children. What would happen in this case would be the husband would receive $1,200, the 2 children would receive $1,200 as well. However, it's also retroactive, which means the past stimulus bill, okay, the CARES Act, that would also be included. So what that means is the husband would receive $1,200 this time through the HEROES Act 2020. The 2 children would receive $1,200 as well. Okay, so that would be $3,600 between the 3 of them. The spouse would not receive any money because she has the ITIN number, but they would also, it's retroactive, like I said. So the spouse would also receive $1,200 from the CARES Act, the first stimulus check, and the children, okay, the dependents would receive $500 apiece from the CARES Act as well. So again, it's all retroactive, which means they're going to be able to get their money. Okay, this is the cool thing. This is the nice thing. It's because a lot of those people, a lot of those families are struggling, not because somebody has an ITIN number. Okay, that person is still, they're filing their taxes. So why should they be punished? Why should they be hit with this? Right? That's the big issue. So because of this, and now through the HEROES Act 2020, that won't be an issue. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys, because I know a lot of people have been asking, what should I do? What am I waiting for? Is there another check coming? I really need this money. I can't go back to work yet. And all this stuff. So yes, there's a high possibility that a second stimulus check is coming. Do I know when it's going to come? My guess is they'll try to push it through as fast as possible, which would probably be within 2 to 3 weeks after the bill gets passed, or potentially gets passed. On Friday is when they're expecting to vote on this. So I would be looking out for that, the news on Friday. Hopefully it happens. Who knows? If it doesn't, it might go back. It might rework the bill, might try to fix some stuff. But as of right now, it's a high likelihood that this bill actually does pass. Now, there's a lot more to this HEROES Act 2020 bill. However, I'm not going to go through it on this channel or at this time. If you want to read it, go and look on Google. You can find the whole thing there. But again, I wouldn't, because it's just way too many pages. Anyway, so if you have any questions whatsoever, you can always ask your questions down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.